going on, YouTube? It's ya B-Boy, and today I am doing my updated Tri-Brigade for Hire deck profile post Blazing Vortex. Blazing Vortex has some new support for this deck, and I cannot wait to actually showcase you guys what's in store for this deck. So, letting you know, this deck hasn't really changed too much. I only added a couple cards that can boost up the consistency a little bit, and also I'm not sure if this deck was like 40 at the time, but this deck is now 44 because like I don't know what else to change, I don't know what else to remove, but like other than that, you guys can recommend me what to add or change for this deck. So with that being said, let's get straight into the deck profile. So to start things off, we still play triple of the Fragtal. All of the Tri-Brigade monsters have an effect where you banish any number of Beast, Warrior, Wing Beast monsters, we're gonna call them Tri-Beasts, to special summon any of the Link monsters that are Tri-Beasts, that are up to the number of Tri-Beast monsters that you have banished. So for example, if you have 3 Beast, Warrior, Wing Beast monsters that are in your graveyard, you can special summon a Link 3 Tri-Beasts. So in this case, you summon Folgo, you can't activate its effect, simply because it was a special summon, not a Link summon. I explained it in my previous video. Anyways, what Fragtal does is that if he's sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can foolish any level 3 or lower Beast, Warrior, Wing Beast monster. I'm so used to not saying a Tri-Beast for some reason. But yeah, great extender for the deck. This card is at $14 to $15 right now, and I purchased this when it was like $4 at the time of my previous deck profile. But other than that, we're gonna continue on with our new addition to the deck, and that is Tri-Brigade Kitt. She basically does the same thing as all the other Tri-Brigade monsters, except that when she's sent to the graveyard, you can foolish another Tri-Brigade monster, or any Tri-Brigade card. So it doesn't have to be a monster, it could be any spell or trap too, which is good if you're playing cards like Rendezvous. But in this case, we are not playing Rendezvous, we're still testing out this deck without it. So that's basically what she does. I think I had 3 copies of Kuraz in the last video, but I bumped it down to 2 because some of you guys recommended me to bump it down to 2. Maxing out on 3 of this is really not that great because like you're only summoning it and it doesn't really give you any value other than just a free special summon from the hand. So that's pretty much it. I should be maxing out on Nerval, but I'm trying 2 for now, because when it's sent to the graveyard, you can add any Tri-Brigade monster from the deck. I might cut Kitt to 2 and bump Nerval to 3, because searching is more important, and I believe that's pretty much all I have to explain about Nerval. And it's a level 1, so we can use him to link away off of Linkaribo or Almirage or any of those monsters. So that's all of the Tri-Brigade monsters that we are playing for the deck. Now we're going to move on to our for hires. We play triple copies of Beat Bladesman for hire. It's searchable with Rhoda. Yes, we still play Rhoda on the deck. This searches for any of your for hire monsters. I bumped Seal to 2 because like, even though that you can search it with Tanky, its recursion effect is not really that valuable. And also searchable with Beats, so you don't really need to play 3. So yeah. Then I play 2 copies of Donpa. Again, it's searchable. You don't really need to play 3 of those. Although it does pop monsters, which allows you to give your Folgo the extra drawing effect, which is really good. Next up, we play 2 copies of Philo. What Philo does is basically Monster Reborn on legs, but for hire monsters. And for our last for hire monster that is a Tri-Beast is Recon. I'm not really much of a fan of this card yet, simply because it pops set cards, but the way that the format is shifting right now, I believe popping set cards is really valuable right now. Well, who knows? Maybe I might bump this up. I might bump this up to 2 or whatever. For our final for hire monsters is Rafal, Champion for Hire. This is basically your boss monster for the deck. If it's summoned, you can excavate the top cards of your deck, equal to a number of for hire monsters you control with different names, and add one of them to your hand. Next up, of course, we are playing triple copies of Ghost Ogre. I think one of you recommended me to play triple Ghost Ogre, but I finally got myself a 3rd copy of Ghost Ogre for this deck. Now this deck can actually be a little bit more consistent with their pop effects, especially when Fogel's on the field. But, yeah, this, along with Fogel on the field, you're plussing a lot. So, yeah. Anyways, I decided to stick with the Mist Valley Apex Avian because we are actually adding Mist Valley Thunderbird. I did not really like the whole Blackwing Zephyros the Elite idea. That part I saw a random deck profile, so I decided to incorporate the Thunderbird simply because I wanted to do the Infinite Negate combo, and this deck can actually do the Infinite Negate combo really well. The only downside about Mist Valley Thunderbird is that it's a Thunder monster and not a Wing Beast for some weird reason. I don't know, it's a really old card. Alright, so that is all of the monsters that we are playing in the deck. Now let's move on to our spells. We are playing triple copies of Tri-Brigade Airborne Assault. We're still playing triple copies of those because we need as many of those monsters on the field as possible. And also, monsters like Fogel or whatever those monsters are left on the field, we can still summon them with this card. Tri-Brigade Standoff. It is a searcher. It's another searcher for your Tri-Brigade monsters. The only downside about this card is that while it's on the field, you can't summon any other monsters from the extra deck except Tri-Beast monsters. This card really helps you search for your Tri-Brigade monsters, so if you're not playing Airborne Assault, then play this instead, so it's still really good. Next up, we are still playing our triple copies of Rookie for Hire. I'm still optiming to play 2, but at the same time it feels great to play 3 of this, just for the consistency. But there will be at times where I draw too many of them, and then playing this going second is weird. However, this card is good going first. If you see this card going first, then it's good, but going second, it's really not that great, to be honest with you guys. Next, we play Mayhem for Hire. It's Monster Reborn for hire monsters, basically. Then we still play Triple Tanky to search for our Fragtal. And then we also run Rhoda for beat. And we play the one called by the grave. We only play 2 trap cards in the deck, and that is Tri-Brigade Revolt. For the extra deck, I play 2 Fogel. Like I said, Fogel allows you to draw cards. Next up, we play Double Furgit. It's an awesome card. It helps you special summon from your hand a Tri-Beast monster, and if it's sent from the graveyard, you draw a card and you swap a card. Next up, we have Rugal. You don't really summon him that much, but it's always good to incorporate him, because there'll be some point at games where you might need the recovery during your opponent's turn, especially when you have guys like this out. Is Shireg, the Ominous Omen. When it's summoned, you banish a card, non-target, non-destruction. Literally, this is the best card in your deck. So, reality, I would max out on this, but in this specific variation, we only play 2. Next up, we play Ancient Warrior's Oath. It's basically Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spears, but for Tri-Beast monsters, and it's easily summonable with the Tri-Brigade monsters. So yeah. I added Firefighting Dromedal because I didn't really know what else to add in this deck other than the fact that I can just pop the standoff. But other than that, he's just there. I might remove him just to add the new Tri-Brigade monster that might come out in Lightning Overdrive in the next couple of months. And then we have the Simorgh, Bird of Sovereignty. This one helps you special summon out your Mist Valley Apex Avian, along with cards like Union Carrier. If you have these two out, then you basically have your Infinite Negate combo already. Next up we have IP, just to link summon during your opponent's turn. One Nightmare Phoenix, just to have extra pops during your... We have Nightmare Unicorn for the Spinneroonies. And then last but not least, we have My Dad. So that's pretty much it for the deck. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on your notification bells. Please turn on your notification bells if you want to see more content like this. Anyways, that is it for the video. B-Boy out.